Hello everybody and welcome to week 7 of the ENC Draft League Season 5. Last week we unfortunately lost to the Winterville Weaviles, so we're hoping to bounce back, get our 5th win, guarantee our spot in playoffs. This is actually the first ENCDL that I've competed in thus far, where I haven't been guaranteed playoffs by week 6 I think, which is really funny. So we gotta lock in. So our opponent is the Gateway Glaciers. Their team is Kartana, ting-lu, Alola Ninetales, Primarina, Gyarados, Chandelure, Palmot, Sigalith, Mega Absol, and Glaceon. Their Terra Captains are Palmot with Electric Fairy Fighting, and Glaceon Ice Water Ghost. So the team is interesting. I mean, as you can see, they have lost a lot of their matches. I think that's partially due to the fact that their team overlaps on roles so much. You see they got like 2 ice types. First of all, Glaceon really doesn't do that much. It's the quote-unquote ice abuser, but it's not very good at being an ice abuser. The only thing it has going for it is Blizzard, which Ninetales already completely does, because like it can't even use Snow Cloak in singles because that's banned. It's got to be Ice Body, which is just leftovers, not what you want on an offensive Pokemon. I mean, this team could just pick up a Slush Rushmon and be like kind of crazy. Like Arctozolt is still around. The Palmot, I guess it's there for an electric type, but like you don't really need a fighting type when you have this guy also. And then, if you get rid of this guy, then, your flying type is kind of redundant. It's like, you got 2 dark types, 2 fairy types, only 1 steel, only 1 grass, no fire. Oh, you do have a fire, actually. I forgot about this guy. I don't know. It's like missing a lot of the types that you'd want, and it just overlaps on a lot of stuff. It's like not a horrible team, because I've done some prep into it. It's like, there's some powerhouses on this team. Like Gyarados, great in draft in my opinion. It's just got like great, like the exact stats that you want on a physical attacker. You got screens, and like some of these guys are really hard to kill behind screens. Like Calm Mind Primarina is kind of like, I mean, and ting-lu too. Like these guys just don't die behind the screens. So like, yeah. And this guy also deters defog, so you can't completely just remove the screens for free because there's a Gyarados that can just come in and get +2. Anyway, we can get into what I've done. I will get this all situated in size-wise. Alright, so we're starting with Choice Band Palafin. This has been good to me. I will pivot to this monitor. There we go. Yeah, Choice Band Palafin is definitely the way here, I think. The team, aside from these 2 and then Mega Absol, everything here, I guess Palmot too. But the rest of these guys are slower than Max Speed Palafin, except for Zapdos, which I'm speed tying with if it's banded, right? Because it's probably going to either be banded or scarfed, right? If it's scarfed, I'm slower no matter what. If it's banded, then we're speed tying at worst. Maybe he's adamant, and maybe I'll outspeed him. But if you notice, at least these 2, and then the Ninetales as well, not particularly the bulkiest Pokemon, so they can even go down to Jet Punch after minimal chip, right? The big problem is Kartana, and I do have some other guys on the team to help deal with that. But Palafin is crazy. Like, Palafin 2-shots Primarina. Like, it can't switch in on Wave Crash. It's crazy. And either Jet Punch or Flip Turn. They do the same. They do like 40% to like max HP Primarina, which is like really good. Like, I'm seeing a path here where just every time Palafin comes in, I click Flip Turn until everybody's in Jet Punch range, and then I can just clean up the entire game. Just have to remove the Kartana before that's possible, because it takes way too many hits for that to be in Jet Punch range. Next up we have Silvally. Oh, by the way, the nickname theme for this week is there is no nickname theme. Everybody on the team has no nickname, except for Silvally, which is Silvally Steel, nicknamed Silvally Flying. And if you look at it, so the problem is I've done some mock battles just to make sure all this stuff, I just do them anyway, but I wanted to make sure the nickname worked. Silvally Flying, actually, you can't nickname it Silvally Flying because it'll just display as Silvally, right, when it shows up in the battle. So what I've had to do is, if you hear I'm pressing the right arrow key, and now I'm pressing the left arrow key, listen to this. I pressed left arrow key and it didn't move to the left. That's because there's an invisible character right here. There's an invisible character at the end of Silvally Flying, and that's how you trick the game into allowing it to nickname something Silvally Flying, even though it's Silvally Steel. So I've got Multi-Attack, Flamethrower, Defog, U-Turn. I'm considering dropping Flamethrower. It literally is just something to catch the Kartana off guard. But, like, looking at it, what resists steel in this team? It's just Chandelure. Like, Chandelure and Kartana. If there's a move that hit both of them, I would consider it, but Kartana's weak to fire and fighting. Chandelure's weak to water, ground, dark, ghost, and rock. I do get Rock Slide, actually. I didn't think about that. Rock Slide's good into nothing else, though, except the ice types, I guess, but they're already weak to steel. So, I just put Flamethrower. I figure on the Chandelure, I can U-turn into T-Tar. T-Tar can take any amount of hits from Chandelure. It's really a beast in that regard. Yeah. The big thing this guy is, I just really need a Steel type, because that's just the best Pokemon to switch it on like, Ice type attacks, right? I can also switch it on Fairy type attacks. I can take at least Flying type attacks from, you know, Scarf Zapdos. Steel also walls Sigilyph. I didn't even think about that. Sigilyph is not a Pokemon that I had on my radar. Psychic Flying is actually just kind of terrible typing into my team specifically because, well, he doesn't know I'm going to be Steel, but I do have Bisharp, which I'm, as far as I'm aware, Sigilyph doesn't get any Fighting type attacks. Let me double check that. This guy was, oh, he was in Gen 8, which means he might get Aura Sphere. Nope, no Aura Sphere. There is Heat Wave, though. Flying types usually do get Heat Wave. I didn't think about that. But from what I'm seeing, Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, Dazzling Gleam is the best move that this guy has to hit T-Tar. So even if he has the fire move for Savali, he doesn't have a move for T-Tar, because T-Tar will just not die to Sigilyph. So I don't think Sigilyph comes. I think it would be a throw to bring Sigilyph. So we can actually kind of look at that, right? I think Kartana has to come. I think you need Kartana into Palafin. Like, there's no other way about it. You have to bring Kartana into Palafin. I will actually pivot back to the other one so I can actually click on it. Let's see. You need Kartana. Looking at... You need something for Volcarona, right? And I think your answer for Volcarona could be Flash Fire Chandelure, but I also thought that versus Tomba, right? I thought it had to be Flash Fire Heatran, and then he just goes Flame Body, which he's like, oh man, I didn't get the Flame Body proc. I'm like, dude, I wish you had... I respected your team before you said that, because Flame Body is terrible into my team, right? Like, sure, maybe you can get a proc on this guy, but Stone Edge is not a contact move. Earthquake is not a contact move. I guess you could burn this, but, like, I don't know. My team is physical, but a lot of the moves they're using are not contact moves, and I think you really needed it to be a Volk counter. I didn't even bring... I mean, I guess it worked out for him in the end, because I didn't even bring a fire move on Volk for that reason. But I think if Chandelure comes, it has to be Flame Body for the... Flash Fire for the Volcarona, because you do wall Volcarona, right? You quad resist Bug, and then you're immune to Fire. If he doesn't have that, he has sort of no defensive check for Volcarona. I guess his check is hope Ting-Lu's at full HP at the time and can take a +1 Bug Buzz, because if it's at even like 80 or 70%, it's going down. If it's Fizz Def, I guess it could be Spadef or AV even. Yeah. You could also just have, you can't be Scarf Zapdos, right? Because Scarf Zapdos, well, Scarf Max Speed, I'm not Max Speed Volk. Scarf Max Speed Zapdos will be faster than me at +1. Scarf Kartana does it too, especially if you have Aerial Ace, but it's not really it's like a check, not a counter, right? Because you can't switch in on me. But I do expect to see both these anyway. Ting-Lu is the best switch in he has for T-Tar. Gyaptos, just really good. My team is a little bit weak to fighting and flying together, right? Like flying, fighting, flying, fighting, flying. Yeah, I do just expect to see it. Like I said, I think Sigilyph is throwing, and I think Glaceon is terrible. I do see a world where Freeze Dry Guy comes, though, because I don't think it's great, right? I've got a Fire Fairy, or I mean, actually, any Fire type walls this entirely. It's really funny. So I do have a Fire type. I do have a way to change the weather, so we can't even reliably set up Aurora Veil. But it is, like, you know, okay into a Moongus. I do have a Flying type, and I do have Garchomp, actually, is probably the big one. I'm not bringing Garchomp, obviously, because everyone tells me, why don't you bring Garchomp? You need to bring Garchomp more. Dude, I've played every snow team. There's 3 snow teams in this league, and I play all 3 of them. Like, that's fucked up. And then one of the matches that I had that wasn't a snow team, I got Iron Bundle. I've had 4 prominent ice matchups when I drafted Mega Garchomp. This is sick, man. I do think that the Ninetales probably comes. I don't think it's maybe the correct choice, but I do think it comes. Last slot is between Primarina, Palmot, and Absol. So in thinking about it, let's see. Absol cannot be put to sleep by Amoonguss, which is a plus. It prevents me from setting rocks, which is a plus, you know. The team is, like, not crazy weak to rocks, but it doesn't have great removal outside of... Kartana is actually your removal, which is terrible. So I think that's actually why he picked up Sigalith. Actually, Kartana being your removal is fucking horrible. I need to prioritize getting the rocks up if there's no Absol. Yeah. It's really up in the air. I think the correct answer would be Primarina. I think you do want a Fairy type for... It's another Volk check, actually. Yeah, maybe even like that. Maybe no Chandelure and use this as your Volk check with Haze. Ooh, I didn't think about Haze. I didn't prep into Haze. But it's okay, though, I think. I think that actually could be... I'm going to have to prep into Absol. I didn't prep very much into Absol, so I'll have to run some mocks against Absol. Anyway, back to Silvally. Multi-attack, Flamethrower, just pretty much unresisted coverage into the team, and then I got U-turn. I'm faster than Adamant Zapdos with this. I don't expect it to be Adamant, but, you know, this is also faster than Chandelure, which is the next fastest guy that I wanted to be faster than. Honestly, I could get a ton more bulk, though, if I decide, fuck it, I'm not gonna bother being faster than Chandelure. Because after Chandelure, the team really drops, like, into the 60s, speed-wise. Do you get something that hits Absol? Do you get I know you don't get a fighting move. Oh, you do get Reversal. Do you get... What's Absol weak to? Bug? Oh, you get... Oh, I have U-turn. I got, like, the best bug move that this guy learns is U-turn. Yeah, I'll just put Flamethrower back on. I could do, Flame Charge, but Kartana's physical defense is so good it doesn't change anything. Alright, next up we got Volcarona. This is faster than Scarf Kartana when I'm at +2. The special attack is to, I believe, 2-shot Primarina. Leftovers Primarina with Psychic at plus... It's probably something crazy like +4, which is not going to happen. Yeah, I'll stay like this. So that's not going to happen, but it's possible. It also will 2-shot ting-lu unboosted, which is really good, or when I'm at +2, 1-shot. Physical defensive ting-lu. Special defensive is another beast entirely. I decided no fire move. It's definitely the best option into the ice types, but I wall the ice types on typing alone, so I decided I don't really care about that. And I'd rather have the psychic move that is capable of breaking Flash Fire guy and Haze guy, even though Haze shuts me down anyway. But if it's Haze, that means it has one less move slot for Ice Beam, right? The moves that I'm worried about, Surf and Moonblast, obviously, crazy high special attack on a defensive Pokemon. Then you also have the option of Energy Ball on a Water type is really good, and also Ice Beam, because all Water types get Ice Beam. But if there's no Energy Ball, then, you know, Palafin is, like, relatively safe to switch in. Not on a Moonblast, necessarily, but if there's no Ice Beam, Amoonguss walls it on typing, which is really, really good. Originally, I had, like, almost max Spadef, but you're still taking, like, 40%, so I'm like, I'm just going to cut my losses and go physically defensive, which gives me a much better Ting-lu matchup. This guy can actually switch in and take, like, 4 hits. It's also amazing into Kartana, and it's really, really good into Palmot if it comes. In fact, like, Amoonguss is the sole reason I think Palmot should not come in this matchup. I have Giga Drain, Clear Smog, Foul Play, and Spore. Clear Smog as my poison move is for pretty much Calm Mind Primarina, and like that's it. Maybe set up Sigalith, but like I've said, Sigalith is throwing. Unfortunately, it does not work into Kartana, so I can't use it to stop Swords Dance Kartana, and that might be something that I want to do a little bit more practice into. No, because I think Kartana really benefits from being Scarfed. I think as a Swords Dancer, I've got options that can beat it. Next up, we have a very bulky Kilowattrel. This guy's job is here to switch in on Zapdos. I'm faster than everything. This is faster than the whole team, including Mega Absol. I would love to actually be like around here speed-wise, but I have to be up here to be faster than Mega Absol. I can take physical hits, like, okay, take like 30-40% and then roost the damage. Thunderbolt, Air Slash, U-turn. I have to have U-turn for Ting-lu. And Air Slash also... I guess I could do Hurricane. Hurricane doesn't get less accurate in the other weathers, but I just want something consistent. Yeah, no, I'd rather... There's a case where I can, like, flinch the Ting-lu, like, a lot, so that's good, I think. And Volt Absorb is for Palmot, mostly because I don't really have another move that I want that much. Wind Power, I'm not setting Tailwind, and I don't really expect to get hit by a move. If it was Wind Rider, maybe, because that would make me be immune to Blizzard. Wind Power does not make me immune, it just gives me a boost. I could do Competitive, and then if he tries to defog my hazards, I can get +2. But if Ting-lu's alive, I just have to switch anyway. I'd rather just be immune to Electric, I think. Yeah. I don't see any other ways he lowers my stats other than defog. And then last but not least is Tyranitar. We're running it back with the Scarf Tyranitar. This should be faster than... I don't even have my calc pulled up. Hang on. This should be faster than... Yep, this is faster than Mega Absol by 2 points, but that's because it's a jump point. I'd love to also drop this down, just be faster than Kartana, but I kind of do need the... be faster than Mega Absol, because I don't have that many checks into it. Although this guy's actually fucking amazing into it, actually, when you put Superpower on. Because I don't think he's going to expect Scarf T-Tar. Scarf T-Tar can switch in on... Oh, I can't switch in on Knockoff, that's the problem. He did do Night Slash one week, which I think is terrible. I think you'd never run Night Slash over Knockoff. But if it is Night Slash, or if it's Knockoff, he knocks off my Scarf, so I can't switch in on it. Oh, I can switch in Silvally on it, right? Because I won't be holding an item. He could have close combat. I'd have to take Knockoff into close combat is not optimal. What about, how much does it take from Jet Punch? He dies to Jet Punch? Oh, that's adamant. He still almost dies to Jet Punch. Oh my god, this guy's fucking horrible. Okay. I think that solves that matchup. I can also potentially burn him with Flame Body. I am running Flame Body, so I can switch it on the Kartana. The thing about Kartana is that you get, you get Leaf Blade, Smart Strike, Knockoff, and then Sacred Sword. Really are the 4 moves you want to run. You got to make a compromise if you want some other tech move like Aerial Ace. Into me, I think Aerial Ace would be the correct play, but I don't know if he'd be willing to drop. He could drop Sacred Sword, but then he doesn't have a move to hit Bisharp. But then again, Bisharp is a Terra Captain, so, like, it doesn't really have a move to hit, like, Terra Flying Bisharp anyway. And I considered Terra Flying Bisharp, but ultimately I thought it was pretty bad into... It's like, either bad into Kartana and Ting-lu, or it's bad into Snow, and you can't be good into both, because you'd have to Terra Flying. And then even as a flying type, you know, you're not hitting Ting-lu for particularly hard, and he can just Whirlwind you out if you try to Swords Dance on him. Maybe Bisharp is the correct play in thinking about it. Wall Sigalith, even better than T-Tar. The big thing I want T-Tar, though, for is to switch in on Chandelure, and also if he ever sends in the Snow guy, I can send in T-Tar. His HP doesn't really matter, because Chandelure's only doing like 10% with Flamethrower or Shadow Ball. I can just take an infinite amount of, you know, even Moonblast, you know, it's doing like 40%. I can take 2 Moonblasts, and I can take like a lot of Blizzards, as long as I don't get frozen. And then I threaten it out, because, you know, his Snow is gone, he loses his defense boost, that means he's dead to a Stone Edge if I hit. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel underprepared for this match. I have not been focused on Pokemon the last week of my life, so I'm hoping to pull out a win, but I think I could possibly lose just because I feel underprepared. And I also am not... I'm coming off of a loss, right? So it's like, I feel like I don't have my mojo. I haven't lost that much, you know, in the past recent years. I'm kind of a big deal, you know. I'm a victor right now, right? I'm the current reigning champion, so I haven't lost at all since season 3. So I'm just joking around, by the way. I'm not like an egomaniac or anything. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. We can hop into the battle. That'll be tomorrow for me, right now for you guys. So I'll see you then. Okay, Kartana. There is Palmot, Primarina, no Glacier, what I expected. Ting-lu's here, Absol's here, Ninetales is here, which means he's left off Chandelure and Zapdos. That's actually really good. Okay, let me get the thing. Wonder if he's gonna do the join. Yeah, he got it. Cool, nice. Good luck, have fun. All right, so Palmot is probably, let me look. It could be Natural Cure, actually, I didn't think about, but that's actually a really good counter. Not a counter, because Amoonguss, it was Amoonguss, or Amoonguss was it. unless it's Fire or Ice Punch. Okay. The lead I'm thinking is going to be one of these two. I have no play other than to lead Palafin. I just need it in its hero form. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just ate right before this. No Chandelure means that he has almost no steel. Actually, I guess this guy is a steel resist. Let's see. Hoping for... Okay, Primarina. That's fine. I will actually... Let's flip turn. He Scarf Primarina. Oh my god. That's so good to know. I'm very glad he didn't just Energy Ball there. Because I'm max speed Palafin. It's so good to know that thing is Scarf. That means it's not Calm Mind, which is so good. Does Primarina get Trick? No. Switcheroo? No, okay. Absol. Oh my god, that's huge damage. Let's go kill a Watch Roll. I will... The Sucker Punch? Sucker Punch does not kill me, right? Yeah, not even close. I'll U-turn. Probably ting-lu. Yep. Rocky Helmet. Okay. So, by that damage, Kilowatt Roll did 11%, which means it's not max defense. It could be like 100, or what about like 0? But 0, careful. Yeah, it's pretty low, which means he's going to take a massive amount from Wave Crash. I'm going to flip turn. That did 42. That means Primarina is not max HP, obviously, because it's Scarfed, and thusly... I just go Amoonguss, I think. Spore. The Absol is not Mega'd yet. Okay, that's a good play, but I'm going to Pollen Puff and deal 50% to this. Let's see what Aerial Ace does. Okay, he sacked his Absol. He was not expecting Pollen Puff. Oh, by the way, I did change Foul Play to Pollen Puff because Colin pointed out with Kartana's special defense, it 2-shots, whereas Foul Play did 45 to 55. Because so Pollen Puff actually does more into Kartana and is also a mid-ground that hits Absol and like ting-lu, even though on ting-lu I'm definitely clicking Giga Drain. Also, the fact that the Kartana switched means that he most likely does not have Aerial Ace. Primarina's back in. It's probably Ice Beam, but I don't really care at this point. I'm just going to Giga Drain. Yeah. Okay, 40, a lot of damage. I'm going to heal some amount back. Now, my best switch for Ice Beam is... It's probably Palafin, right? 20% and T-Tar takes 24, but also there's no Chandelure, so T-Tar's health is more expendable, so I'll go T-Tar. Oh my god. That's also part of the reason why I go T-Tar, because we don't really need him anymore. Well, I want to see an ice move here. I want to see an ice move. Go for Blizzard. Get greedy, go for Blizzard. Rocky Helmet. Is the HP important on this? I think I will just U-turn. Go Amoonguss. Stealth Rock, that's fine. I'll Spore, it doesn't really even matter to me if he goes to the Kartana, because I can two-shot him. I did take a little bit more damage on Silvally flying than I would like. Nobody mentioned it. Nobody mentioned the Silvally yet. Okay, EQ. He's asleep. Take my healing. 75% chance to 2-hit KO, although this guy does have Spadef, surely. Okay, he's sacking Preem. He doesn't really have a good switch for this. It is Ninetales, right? It has to be Ninetales as his switch. Palmot, I mean, this guy does get Fire Punch, right? Yeah, but I'm max Fizdef. I think I'm okay to stay in. I guess it could be Fake Out. I don't really care. Oh, the Cal card had Ice Punch. It's the same amount of damage between the two of them. At any point, I can also sack T-Tar. Okay. I will live another one. We've seen that it's Ice Punch. I guess I could go Palafin. I could go Volk. Into Kilowattrel. I'll do that, maybe. I don't want to get burned, though, is the problem. I mean, the correct play here might just be to sack T-Tar, I think. I just have to sack Frozen Guy. Is that Iron Fist damage? 24%. Yeah, it's Iron Fist. Yep, that's Iron Fist damage. Superpower does kill. I'll go for the Thaw. Although I think he just is going to try and kill me. Okay, he did Mach Punch. I could go Palafin. Is this Jet Punch sweeping territory yet? What Kilowattrel? Kilowattrel does kill with Air Slash. How much is Mach Punch? Does do 25% to this. I'll go Jet Punch guy. I should two-shot Ninetales, right, with Jet Punch? Yeah. And let's see if it's got HP investment. No, okay. Okay, Ting-Lu's gonna go down to 2 of them probably. Oh, nope, just 1. Oh, yeah, because it's we determined it's not Fizdef. I think it could have lived if it was Fizdef. Yes, not all the time, but sometimes. This guy comes in, I'm going Amoonguss for free. Amoonguss takes no kinds of damage. Yeah, that's like free. I can also Spore now, because the Ting-Lu's dead. Now on my guaranteed turn, go Palafin. Yeah, I'll go Palafin. Good. You got a read there. Going back Amoonguss though. I'll Pollen Puff this time. Actually, no. I'll just Giga Drain. The Ninetales has taken 0 sleep turns. That means I will two-shot it with Giga. Palmet's also taking a decent amount of chip. Oh, he is not choice locked at all. I was assuming that he was choice locked the whole time. That means that he is slower than my Chilla watch roll. Does not quite die yet. Now he dies to Chilla watch roll. And I will go into that now. Actually, I think it's a Chilla watch roll sweep at this point, because I can air slash the Palmot. Ninetales should be in range of Thunderbolt. Not all the time. Not all the time. That's like max BizDev Chilla watch roll. Okay, Ninetales goes down. Palmot probably comes in faster though, and air slash is a KO if I connect. I do connect. And Kartana comes back in and goes down to Thunderbolt. Ah, well played to my opponent. I don't know if he noticed the Sylvalia was not flying type. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Nobody said anything. Alright, and that does secure me my my playoffs with a win there. Next week we'll be playing the Tick Bite Joltix, one of the Weird Core teams, one of the two in the Weird Core Mons players. Yeah, so the team, well, I won't say anything, even though I'm very behind on my videos, so he won't be able to see it before it comes out. But anyway, stay tuned if you want to see that. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.